Hey everyone, we're taking a look at Dead Island Epidemic, which is a MOBA set in the Dead Island universe for some reason. Let's just leave that aside. We'll assume that that makes sense. That's what everyone's been waiting for, and we'll take a look at the game. So it's a beta right now, so there's these three characters we have. They're all set to level 10, and we have a little description of our characters here, and we got some stats, stuff like that. We have our level skill progression, so they level up outside of games. Which is already something different. There are weapons. Every character has a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, so that's also something very different from League and Dota. And then we have our skill sets here, which is pretty normal, what you'd expect. So we have some baked beans over here. We have this lifelike, hyper-realistic zombie costume, and we have this guy locked up in a cage over here. But we have inventory, so you can see what I've unlocked as far as consumables. So we have these bandages. Instead of a store in the game, like in Dota, you have consumables that you unlock through the game, and I guess you can buy those with in-game currency and stuff like that. We have this critical strike injector, stuff like that. And then since it is Dead Island, all of the weapons are themed like Dead Island. They're all like weird things that have been cobbled together out of parts. There's this foam finger with a thing wrapped around it. It doesn't make any sense at all. My personal favorite weird weapon is this stick with a pineapple on it and two machetes through a pineapple. And like this one is a gumball machine. Neither of these would be good zombie weapons. They would fall apart immediately. I don't know who came up with these, but they're funny. So there's that. There's also a trombone with a boxing glove on it. It's a trombone and it has a boxing glove on it. Who would that hurt? What would you do with that? So anyway, as you play, you can unlock blueprints and stuff like that, and then in your inventory you'll see you have parts to put together those inventories. So I have zombie glue. You know, zombie glue is important to use for things. But anyway, enough of this. Let's go and play the game. We have different modes here. There's a little prologue that kind of just tells you the story. It's not a very good tutorial for the game right now. It gives you the very basic like movement instructions, but it doesn't give you a very good idea of the game. Horde Mode is a couple of PvE modes, so you're playing with a team against AI, and you're doing different things. So there's a couple different versions of it. So this one is for levels 1 to 4, this one's for levels 4 to 16, and this one's for level 16, so this is the hardest, obviously. And then we have the PvP mode, which plays a little bit differently. So we'll take a look at both of these. So first up is the Horde mode. Okay, so the thing that I actually like about this game is that like your weapons get damaged and stuff. There's all these complicated systems, but it's also very easy to get into. It's sort of simplified a little bit from League and Dota, especially Dota. So I'm not super into those games, but I was able to get into this. You actually run around with the WASD keys like you would in a first-person shooter or something like that, which I find surprisingly helpful in getting the hang of the game. So I've got my power-ups down here, my skills, so I level up once and I can get one of those. So I've got my skills here, I've got my consumables, and you attack with clicking left or right, and then you can switch your guns with C. So I've got my shotgun here. Alright, so now we're off to this game.
We're here to bring in the goods. Go.
And that's our guy Cinemoy. He's our boss for some reason, even though he has no superpowers at all. He's just some dude. There's literally no reason for him to be telling us what to do. But anyway. Oh, and we all saved his life. That's the story of Dead Island. So, you see as you attack, I'm building up those white bars underneath my health bar, and then you can right-click to do that other secondary attack. Those are called your rage bars. So those actually work for both the melee and the ranged weapon. So I have this other attack with the shotgun that knocks people back. And you have 3 levels of each of those attacks. So you build up with your normal attacks, and then you do your special rage attack. And so this is, again, the PvE mode. So we're just battling against the computer, and this is kind of how you can play against the computer, get a hang of the game, get a hang of the mechanics, and also gather supplies, which is another mechanic in this game. So we have this supply point here, and we have to start capturing it here. So we're all doing this, and now that once we start the capture event or whatever, these guys swarm out, and this happens in the regular game as well. It's sort of based around control points. So you will have to be fighting other heroes, and instead of having creeps coming down a lane at you, you have to fight off these other heroes. You have to fight off these zombies who just appear, and you have to fight off several waves of them until you manage to capture the point. So you see at the bottom it says kill 28 more zombies. That is for this wave, and then I think there are 3 waves to do. So I have another attack here, or another skill that I can unlock. So that's another thing. You can actually revive in the in this mode, not in the PvP mode. You can revive your teammates, and it's pretty fun. It's especially like if you are curious about League or Dota, I think it's pretty interesting to have this kind of game that's similar, but they're not trying to just straight up be the same thing as League and Dota. They're doing their own thing, which is surprising, honestly. So you can see with this guy trying to barely survive against these giant monsters, there's a lot of motion and dodging and action involved. So it's a pretty fun little game. Maybe we can take a look at some PvP now. Okay, so we're loading into a PvP game now. So this is, you can see the map on the top there. It is very different from a normal Dota or League map. There are 3 teams instead of 2, so that's a pretty huge difference. And there are these 4 capture points there. Yeah, that's real nice. But buddy, I'm trying to talk to the internet. So there are those 4 capture points, and we're gonna go capture those. And you can see the 3 bars over here where it says 0 out of 800. That's us. We're actually racing for supplies. We're not trying to destroy the other team's base or anything like that. We are trying to get 800 supplies before anyone else does. Okay, so we're killing zombies on our way to the main section of the map. They're dropping supplies occasionally, so I've picked up 3 supply, I don't know, units, I guess. I think, oh, unfortunately, it looks like we're the team who got, one person didn't ready up, so they didn't get into the map. So we're down 1 person. But I don't care. I believe in us.
Out of control. Quite a prize to be won if you ask me.
Oh, another key thing, there's no last hitting or anything like that in this game. So if you know what that means, there's none of it. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Alright, so we're, looks like we're going for that top point. Oh, it's crazy up here already. So we're all fighting here, and then we have to start the capturing process here. Alright, I'm dead, and I dropped my supplies, so they get to pick it up. So once you pick up those supplies, you have to actually bring them back to your base. So that's that little truck icon on the map there. So you'll see I'm close enough to it. We've got a defensive turret, and then there are characters who can put those down as well. So we have to deliver our supplies to this truck here. Unfortunately, I dropped mine because I died. Alright, so I followed this, my teammate here, into a fight that we cannot possibly win. So far, we're not doing so well. We've delivered 0 supplies, so I can deliver my supplies right now, the 2 that I picked up from those guys. So now we have 2 out of 800, but we are quite far behind. So obviously this would be going a lot better if I had, if we were all on voice chat or whatever, and we could do a little coordination. Alright, so I snuck around to this base, and all the orange guys are at our base, harassing my teammates here. So hopefully I can actually accomplish something while they're taking some of the heat off of me. Alright, so I'm back here by myself trying to capture while they're all fighting down at the orange base. But it looks like they're all dead, so I guess I'll have some company in pretty soon. God. So I can't get too far away from that capture point, otherwise I'm going to stop capturing the thing. Okay, so it looks like we're going to capture this thing. Just barely. Alright, so here, it spits out a whole bunch of supplies for us, and then we get the hell out of here. I'm not 100% sure if it continues to spit out supplies afterwards, but I'm not waiting around to find out, because we gotta get something back to the base. Alright, so there's this guy here, the Hoarder guy, which I'm pretty sure is like a big guy who we can all team up and fight, and then he'll spit out a whole bunch of supplies of his own. So let's deal with these guys first. Orange is way in the lead, and now they got all turned around. So now we have more people here, so we get to up the capturing speed a little bit. Ooh, I almost got him. Alright, so I gotta get over here and help this guy, help my team out. So, this thing's almost dead. Maybe we can all gang up on him. We did it! Alright, we got all the supplies. Oh my god, they just keep on coming. So I think my teammates are... Oh, so if you are carrying too many supplies, you slow down, which makes sense. So that's a good thing, and I hope nobody else can see the stars above our heads, because that seems like it makes us a target. But I have a feeling they might do it. And it also makes a glowing trail behind us, which is even worse. Get out of here. So you can see we were doing pretty terribly, and that Hoarder really turned the whole thing around.
Truck's half full now. Keep it up.
So are we actually in the lead here? This is great. But Orange has a lot of stuff on their players. So if we want to stop them from getting it back to the truck. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. So I want to leave these NPCs, these zombies here, to kind of mess with them. Hopefully I can hang out behind them.
The scavengers trucks are filling up. You've got to slow them down.
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh no! They interrupted me before my hit landed. Alright, well they're still here. They haven't returned their supplies. So hopefully my teammates realize that and we can do something about it. Oh, I can... Oh no, it looks like we lost the game. And but then everyone on Orange disconnected, so I don't know what's up with that. Alright, so the game ends. Oh, so we have second place. So the game continues until somebody gets second place. So I guess Orange didn't feel like hanging around, or they didn't have to. So this is the end screen here. So we got our XP and all of our crap that we get. So we have total, and then we have repair cost. I don't know if it's like automatically repairing the weapons you have equipped or something like that, which would be weird because there's an equip screen. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the whole more complicated stuff you learn if you want to get into that game. But we get these awards. So I got more zombie glue for coming in second place. And just for playing, we get zombie glue, steel scrap, bandages, fury bandages, stuff like that. So that's Dead Island Epidemic. I don't know why, but I like it, and it's kind of good, so that's surprising. Alright, so we got our quests here. Let's go. We gotta get air height easy. What was that? No, what is with your head?